Hey guys, welcome to Airbnb's update Q3 23. What's new in the business model? Let's get started with financials. And as always, so revenue growth in line with expectations. Well, really 17% or 14% gross booking value increase when adjusted for FX variations. Nights booked, also same growth rate, and as well as revenue. So very decent results and also probably at the higher end of the expectations. And 89% growth on 4 years. Net income, interestingly, 4.4 billion on a revenue of 3.4 billion. So net income is higher than revenue, but that's mainly due to a one-off tax benefit of 2.8 billion. But still very decent result, 1.6 billion net income on a revenue of 3.4 billion. Very good to be profitable. And key economic metrics. Here we see gross booking value year on 4 year pre-pandemic. Now pretty much has doubled. And the other one is a bit of kind of criticism been raised a while ago, maybe let's say 6 months ago, around pricing. And last time, if you've watched our Q2 video, there was a bit more focus on affordable rooms, etc. So now, literally 40% increase year on 4 year. So that's quite steep, isn't it? It's not 10% per year because of the compounding effect, but it is pretty steep. Not too many incomes have adjusted that much unless you've had a promotion or something. Key economic trends. So always really, really interesting, I think. Asia Pacific leading the way on recovery or on growth because their recovery started later. So that's pretty clear. Then what do we else got here? Increased demand for urban travel. So high intensity urban travel, 49%, but they're telling us politely that used to be 58%. So they're expecting that the area will grow further and faster. Then again, a theme continuing on from last time, longest term stays, 28% stayed steadfast and made 18% of gross nights booked. A very large percentage, I would think. I personally wouldn't have expected that, but we've already pointed that out last time. That's an area where they want to grow and where they've done a number of innovations, including discounting tools and discounting beyond 1 month and 3 months, etc. Then, very important, regulation. So we've all heard about it. New York City pretty much, is a de facto ban. It's not really a ban, but all the stipulations with non-lockable doors and access for the guests and the host to all areas when everyone's there. That's a kind of, or when they're not there. That's a pretty, and some other things. That's pretty much the death knell for that. What they're pointing out here is it's 1% of global revenue, pretty significant for one single city, but not surprising. And they're pointing out that 80% of their top 200 markets by revenue have some form of regulation, just to trying to say that they don't expect too many of these bad surprises. Interestingly, in New York, I mean, we know the hotel lobby is very, very strong there, but as is the taxi lobby. And if you watched our Uber update, they had actually quite a big win in New York State. So this time Airbnb did have the bad end for themselves. So let's continue on. Business model updates. As you know, in the last 2 years, they've started having their bi-yearly updates. So this time we have the Winter 23 release. A number of updates, nothing really a blockbuster. They added filters, like particularly frequently requested filters were around pet filters and king beds. All right. Still, everything helps a bit. Search improvements, that can be very useful. Search similar dates if they don't find sufficient bookings for the specified dates. And they got these badges now for those hosts that fulfill particular thresholds like 4.9 stars, etc. But that is something that always needs to be tested, because it can also mean that other that do not have the badges drop off in demand, and assuming that more homes don't have badges than those that have badges or have a super host or whatever, then you have to test this and experiment with it. So we'll see what comes out of that, but they probably have tested it and found it already. It's a good idea. Then redesigned ratings page, revamped ratings and reviews, and more tools for the hosts. So that's kind of, you can read through it. There's a dedicated page. You can check winter release 23, Airbnb. There's been some 50 odd updates. Then, please like our video if you're liking this. Let's continue on to the strategic priorities. So as you know, for a while now, their three pillars are the supply side growth, perfect the core service, and expand beyond the core. Supply side, basically they're saying highest number of active listings and growth across all regions. I think in the interview they said they added another 1 million supply side participants from memory. Then the core service, so that was the winter release, and 350 features since 2 years ago when they first introduced that. And there's basically, probably the interesting one is that it is centered around the feedback that they get from users on the supply and demand side, and expanding beyond the core. So probably personally, I found this the most interesting update. They haven't provided a lot of details, even upon questions. They haven't said too much more, but they're speaking of having updated playbooks for those areas where they feel that are underpenetrated internationally. So they called out, in this case, Germany, Brazil, and Korea. And you may remember these countries were also called out last time, and they said has increased by 54%. So very interesting. Playbooks I like very much, because that's also been how Airbnb and Uber and others have actually always been successful in new markets and grow them. So very interesting, and not a lot on the AI side of things this time around. Check out our video last time, there were some hints, and check out our booking.com videos. There's been definitely more details there on AI, but basically Brian said he wants AI to be the ultimate travel agent within their app. So we'll wait. Often, hopefully Q4 and the annual report will be interesting in that respect. Check out our products, Airbnb BMap, literally super duper affordable. This is our contribution to making it affordable for anyone, literally, and learn a business model within half an hour. Or if you want to learn more, then check out the in-depth case studies. I think our Airbnb case study, literally really beautiful and very detailed, 120 pages, I believe, and then you get the Uber and WeWork as well. And closing off with, these were pretty much the main updates this time around. And that's it. Disclaimer, please, this is not investment advice and will not be. Check out our terms and conditions and visit our website. Thank you so much.